48%. That is the share of files with a location attached in the Pentagon's new UAP release. They came from a single combatant command, the same one currently running an active war. This is The Theater, a Sentinel Network exclusive investigation. The Department of War's new UAP portal presents Release 01 as 17 entries in a file table. Each entry expands into a cluster of PDF files, images, and videos. The full archive is 173 artifacts. We downloaded everything. We hashed every file. We ran the index against geographic concentration. Of the 173 artifacts, 126 carry an incident location. The remaining 47 are FBI's internal records or undated material. We sorted the 126 by combatant command area of responsibility. Strict CENTCOM area of responsibility includes Syria, Iraq, Iran, the Arabian Gulf, the Persian Gulf, the Strait of Hormuz, and the Central Asian states. That cluster contains 61 artifacts, 48% of every geo-tagged item in Release 01. Add the Eastern Mediterranean Operational Support Corridor, Greece, the Aegean Sea, the Mediterranean Sea. Theater operations through these waters are EUCOM by map, but tied to CENTCOM by aircraft sortie. That brings the figure to 72 artifacts, 57% of the geo-tagged subset. The next largest cluster is domestic United States at 33 artifacts. Most of those, 25, are the FBI's flagship Western U.S. case. The Apollo Lunar Archive is third at 10. Everything else, including Indopacom's 2 entries, is single digits. A reader looking at the 17-entry file table would not see this. The portal presents Release 01 as a balanced multi-agency declassification covering 1965 to 2026. The artifacts behind those 17 entries are weighted to one 5,000-mile arc currently active for U.S. combat operations. CENTCOM is the unified combatant command responsible for U.S. military operations across the Middle East and adjacent maritime spaces. The United States has had continuous active military operations there since 2003. The escalation through the 2024 to 2026 Iran conflict is ongoing. The aircraft producing the UAP imagery in this release are the aircraft running the war. The sensors are the same sensors. The intelligence platforms are the same intelligence platforms. A UAP transparency release weighted nearly half toward the active war zone is structurally a war zone intelligence release. The disclosure framing is the wrapper. The 15 slideshow images on the portal already telegraph the pattern. 8 separate Department of War tagged sightings from CENTCOM operations. Middle East 2013, Middle East May 2022, the UAE October 2023, Greece October 2023, Africa 2025. The slideshow was the preview. The archive is the same pattern, scaled up. Representatives Burchett and Massey raised the Iran conflict timing question within hours of release. So did former AARO Director Kirkpatrick. That question is no longer speculation. The data is the timing. The next finding in this archive is operational, not historical. AARO is not functioning as a passive records office in this release. The strongest single document is the FBI's Western U.S. Event Slide Deck. 7 federal law enforcement agents describe 4 distinct phenomena types over multiple days. Coordinated multi-agent observations of orange mother orbs launching red orbs. A hovering luminous object, one witness described as similar to the eye of Sauron from Lord of the Rings. a partially transparent kite-shaped object visible only intermittently through night vision goggles. The deck explicitly cites AARO post-event measurements. AARO assessed the orange orb at approximately 1,050 meters distance, between 12 and 18 meters in diameter. AARO described the dark kite object as triangular in subsequent witness discussions. This is not the AARO described in the 2024 historical report. The office that maintained no UAP cases warranted further investigation. This is an operationally engaged unit conducting follow-up measurements on live federal law enforcement encounters. The deck itself was created in PowerPoint at 10:46 UTC on May 8, 2026, 3 hours before the portal went live. The forensic timestamp is in the file metadata. The release was not an archive being unsealed. It was an active intelligence stream being formatted for public consumption on the morning of release. The Department of War plans to release new tranches every few weeks. Each will arrive with the same press release framing: presidential transparency, multi-agency coordination, unprecedented declassification. The data behind each tranche will say something else. The institution chose this format. The institution will keep choosing it. Here is the Sentinel Network's assessment. The 17 file table entries on the portal expand into 173 artifacts. 48% of the geo-tagged subset came from a single combatant command's area of responsibility. AARO is operationally embedded with the FBI on at least one live case. A briefing deck for the release was created in PowerPoint 3 hours before the portal went live. A UAP transparency release weighted toward Syria, Iraq, and the Persian Gulf, toward the Arabian Gulf and the Strait of Hormuz. That is structurally a war zone intelligence release. The disclosure framing is the wrapper. The contents are theater intelligence reformatted as historical declassification. The institution has chosen to format current military encounters as if they were unsealed archive material. That is a different product than the public was led to expect. The files do not have to lie to be misleading. Choosing what to release is its own form of narrative control. The full briefing is on Substack. Link in the description. Keep looking up.